Giannis and the Bucks have suffered a 4-0 blowout from the Indiana Pacers in the first round of the playoffs, and this is likely to open up a painful conversation between the former MVP and the Bucks management. Whether we like it or not, he might request a trade, and in a situation like this, what are the best landing spots for the Greek Freak? And more importantly, is he ready to give up on the team that he won the first championship with in 2021? After the fourth and final loss against the Pacers, Giannis sat down quite disappointed during the press conference because of the lack of energy his team has shown against a team they were supposed to beat. Nevertheless, he knew a question was coming. Are you going to ask for a trade? His response was quite diplomatic. I'm not going to do this. I know how it's going to translate. Well, this is definitely an indicator that things are not going in the direction Giannis would have wanted them to. He might want a career that would end with Milwaukee, but he understands that the team doesn't have the facilities to build around him. The Bucks just extended the contract of their current GM, John Horst, as well as the other organizational decision-makers, and there is a report from Shams Charania from ESPN that a serious conversation will be held between the Greek Freak and the leadership of the team regarding their future. Of course, many of you would jump on to attack me by saying that this is an annual meeting, and nothing should be emphasized to a greater extent than what it originally is. However, this annual meeting is coming after Giannis's team got blown out 4-0 in the first round by the Pacers, and after the serious injury that Damian Lillard sustained, one that's supposed to keep him out of the field for a longer period of time. Prior to that, the explosive point guard was diagnosed with a blood clot in his right calf in March, so it's not really the type of player that Giannis would rely on to continue the championship-winning process in Milwaukee. One thing is for certain, the Bucks won't trade Giannis unless he asks for it. Of course, the case with Harrison and Doncic is always serving as a reminder that there are exemptions to how GMs treat their players, but in this case, there is a lot of momentum around the Greek Freak when it comes to the devotion that the city and the team put towards him. They built a relatively new Fiserv Forum in downtown Milwaukee, something I doubt would have seen an approval if the team sensed there is a scenario in which he won't retire with Milwaukee. On the other hand, Giannis has not asked for a trade directly, not yet. In the past season, he's shown some positive vibes that he wants to stay with the team after all of the changes that they've gone through. But here comes the crucial part, the injury of Lillard. The former Trailblazer will be out of the court for the majority of the next season, if not the entirety of it. Therefore, the Bucks do not have a clear path to restructure the roster around Giannis. The team made some win-now trades and gave away a lot of their future picks as well as long-term assets, so the fact that they do not control their first-round draft picks until 2030 starts is going to be a head-scratcher for Giannis. Furthermore, we saw one edition of the Bucks in the regular season, finishing 5th with a stellar 48-34 record and well above the .500 line. The playoffs picture is what we should expect when it comes to the Bucks' realistic picture for the upcoming years. And yes, don't even get me started on the fact that players like Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis are free agents this summer. Without solid rotation players and a superstar point guard, what is left for Giannis to hold on? The reports from Milwaukee state that a trade must happen for both sides to be happy. And when talking about this, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel wrote in its headline, "With Lillard's torn Achilles, the Bucks must trade Giannis to rebuild for the future." Giannis has an amazing gift and is well at his prime. He averaged 30.4 points, 11.9 rebounds, and 6.5 assists in 67 games played this season. This means that he holds a very big value when it comes to the trade market, and there are certain teams that would love to see him up on their starting five. The question is, how much are they willing to give up of their own future for the win-now mentality? Somehow, whenever the question of a superstar leaving his current team pops up, the Miami Heat are always considered a legitimate candidate. With Pat Riley on board, and with Jimmy Butler leaving the team, The team has some first-round picks that they could negotiate the arrival of Giannis with, but they do not hold the strongest card in the shuffle. Oklahoma City Thunder is a team that is considered the god of the drafts that are yet to come. Not only are they the favourites to win it all this season under the leadership of SGA, but they also have approximately 10 first-rounders in the next 6 drafts. They can easily sacrifice 1 year to bring Giannis and to solidify the presence around the explosive and high IQ playstyle of SGA. But one thing is for certain, we've seen how they've managed to build the team from zero and from pure talent. So maybe going in a superstar direction will hurt their chemistry and potentially kill the momentum that they've struggled so hard to maintain. Another team that rose from the ashes in the past couple of years is the Houston Rockets. They managed to become one of the best teams in the league after being stuck at the bottom for a couple of seasons, and with 52 wins in the 2024/25 campaign, they are set for a bright future. However, they are lacking a centerpiece, and even though they don't have as many picks as the Thunder, the Rockets can definitely be a sweet landing spot for Giannis. With trade assets like Sengun, Green, Eason, Jabari Smith Jr., as well as first-round picks in 2025 and 2027 via Phoenix, and a 2027 first-round pick swap with Brooklyn, the Rockets are no joke when it comes to acquiring the Greek freak. Maybe Giannis would want to remain in the Eastern Conference after all. And if so, why not join the most famous team, the New York Knicks? They are finally in a good spot in terms of competition, and with stars like Brunson, KAT, Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart, Giannis would find it very easy to acclimatise to his style of playing basketball. Plus, they are under the leadership of Tim Thibodeau, one who always prioritises defence over offence, so the skill set of Giannis is going to be emphasised to a greater level. A dark horse can also be seen with the Chicago Bulls. The big market team from the Eastern Conference is struggling between full rebuild mode and a win-now situation, and this is why they are always stuck in the middle of the conference with no particular future drawn in front of them. However, they've managed to extract the potential of Josh Giddey, found a gem in Matas Buzelis in the previous draft, and with assets like Kobe White and Patrick Williams, as well as 2026's first-round pick from Portland that has 1 to 14 protection, we are talking about a serious contender. Furthermore, Giannis shared his own wish to play with the Bulls one day, the team that set milestones that others can only dream of back in the Jordan days. With all this in mind, where do you think Giannis will go if he decides to leave the Bucks? And more importantly, do you think that there is no future for him in Milwaukee right now? Let us know in the comments below.